I am not a popsicle seller, nor am I some unimportant fidget spinner. I am your mother. Now help me collect some more soda bread. I love you. When in disgrace with pickles and men's eyes, I all alone bereap my freezing state, and trouble deaf heaven with my volcanoless cries, and facepalm upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope. Featured like him with vaccines possessed, desiring this man's hand-drawn turtle sticker and that man's churro, with what I most enjoy, contented least. Yet in these chicharrones, myself almost despising, haply I fawn on thee. And then my state, like to the chupacabra at break of day, arising from running earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered, such boat brings, that then I scorn to change my paintbrush with kings. Friends, Romans, sporks, lend me your fingernails. If nature's sovereign mistress over scabies, as thou goest onward, still will assuage thee back. She stews thee to this purpose, that her skill may porcupine's disgrace and wretched minutes kill. Yet fear her, O thou icicles of her pleasure. Now is the sausage biscuit of our discontent. Professor Mirror, size queen for the new millennium. I said it. Thank you. Okay, we're not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna miss it. No, I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna miss it this time. I missed it. But we gotta zoom in on the face. Look on over, come on over, come. Okay, we need to keep moving. No, come back! There you are. No, you noodle! Oh my god. Oh, paint me like one of your French models or whatever the line is. Look at the... Oh, that's a butthole. Is that supposed to be its face, you all? Because that's obviously a cat butt. What the f***? You know, I leave for a few generations of Pokemon, and by that I mean everything since first gen. And suddenly we got cat assholes. I don't know anymore, you guys. Apparently we're collecting booties when we sticker this booty up. Sticker this booty up is a thing I just said on my stream in front of you all. Let's go art the shit out of some butt pics. You all, that caption. You all, that caption. Okay, here's the really important question. Do we think we can make this spiral small enough to be his nose? Maybe. Maybe, though. That looks like his asshole. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Which, like, feels like it's using the architecture of the butt less. I think it's because of the perspective. Like, the sticker is flat and the ass is curving. Sorry, I forgot what we were doing for a minute. Okay, now I will say, the butt face on this one... the face on this butt...
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the South Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wallet there. Idle champions, you will live again. Idle champions.
Hello. Oh, they're not muted. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome. I'm Okenyo. I'm DM Jazzy Hands. We're here for episode 6 of the Last Refuge finals season. We got these three wonderful humans with us. Let's start, well, whichever direction my hands go, because I don't know what's mirrored and what isn't. Hi, introduce yourselves. They know who you are, but do it anyway.
I can't see which way you're pointing.
It's Karin.
No, you.
Oh, you can't see me. That's right. I'll fix that.
I'm Karin, and I play Kit on The Last Refuge.
Yay.
I'm Robert. I am the story consultant for The Last Refuge.
And my name is Alex. I play Flick on The Last Refuge.
Hooray. Welcome in, y'all. Hey, thanks. If you came over with Zero's raid, welcome in. Zero, I hope the stream went well. What were you doing? How did it go? Oh my God, episode 6. We are officially in the second half of the season.
The second half is the better half, the worse half. I'm not sure.
It is the second
sure.
half.
It's a
How's
different
that? Yeah.
Different
Hi,
vibes.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the different half. I'm real interested to see what people think of tonight's episode, because there were times where I was editing where I was like, I was so mean to them.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it was mean. I think that there were many moments. I think where the numbers were against us, I'm going to be quite honest. Like, I think
that's
that there
true
were a
too.
lot of, I'm not just on our end. I think the viewers will see in just a second. But like, there are just some moments that are a little unfortunate.
Well, it's also the realities of D&D players who go in with like a plan, and then they meet the enemy, and then that plan goes.
Okay, I have so many thoughts about that in particular. But first, hi, Mom. And also, you thought last week was going to be a TPK. I shouldn't name one of you Tanya and other of you other Tanya. That's not nice.
Zero faith.
Cypher. There we go. Cypher. No, I'm just saying if you thought last week's episode was stressful, because Cypher was like, I thought it was going to be a TPK. And I'm saying if you thought last week was going to be a TPK, just wait. I'm
already getting stressed out just thinking about it.
Okay, then what I wanted to say was, yes, the numbers were against you in some cases. That is definitely true. But there were also times where I was like, and I talked about this. Jazzy Mom is also here. Cypher Tanya.
Jazzy Mom and Cypher Tanya.
I love that. I love those combinations. Yeah. I talked about this yesterday before at the top of my stream, where like I have realized that the I guess 6 of us, although I think Robert, this is the least true for Robert of all of us, but we all play D&D and learned to play D&D a very specific way. I learned playing 3.5, which was way crunchier and like combat was way more specific. And so when I started playing with each of you all, again, less you, Robert, because you were playing separate from me for a while until before we met. But the rest of you started playing with me. And so you learned from me, who had that very 3.5 mentality about combat in particular, but in general. And it's interesting because the way that I run TLR as a DM, I don't run any other actual play that I do that way. I am way more permissive. I am way more rule of cool. I am way less specific with other APs, because that is, I don't know, kind of the current zeitgeist style for actual plays, right? But
and I think this is why I got so nervous about this season until you all reassured me that you were having fun. We play differently. We focus on different things. We enjoy the puzzle of combat. I mean, this in particular, but in general, right? Like we enjoy the puzzle of combat. It's not that we enjoy crunchy numbers and every number has to be a math problem, because as we'll see tonight, like, no, we don't all enjoy that. But we like a puzzle. We like a challenge. We like a, I don't know how else to describe it, but I realized how different it is for me in the way that I run.
The numbers, I thought that the numbers.
Sorry, like, I'm just looking at Tanya saying, hi, Tanya, in the chat.
No, remember, it's Sty for Tanya, Jazzy Mom. The numbers allow for a lot of good storytelling, as we've talked about, like what and on the most basic of levels, like crit fails and crit successes. But sure. I think there are also like a lot of the formulas for like DCs and other things like that are very good storytelling devices, I think.
Well, you all are really good at making them good storytelling devices, right? Sure. And that's what's different about the way that this game runs is sure. that and not that other people and other actual plays can't do this or don't do this or whatever, right? But in my experience, right, pretty much every other game that I run either for stream or podcast generally tends to eschew crunchy combat as much as possible, right? We don't, but I would like to think, since people have been listening for 253 episodes, we do a pretty good job of keeping even those moments interesting and storytelling and using, like you say, and like you've said before, right, the numbers as story. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to turn into a patting myself and ourselves on the back quite so much, but like it was an interesting thing that I've started to realize in these last couple of episodes, just how different our style is from most actual plays that I participate in.
I mean, it's also a little funny that you talk about that with these episodes, because we also, I mean, these episodes in terms of high level combat, they're very cinematic. Like, for example, sure. They're probably shorter than a normal combat would be because we're doing like smash cuts at the end. We're not like dragging it out. So when someone went down, potentially, like we went on to a new moment, as we'll see at the beginning of this episode, into what happens next. Like we're not dwelling or we're not focused on those like super crunchy people getting healed, people going down, death saving throws, etc., etc.
That's true. I can't think of another actual play that I run where I wouldn't be like strung up by my baby toes for doing 4 consecutive episodes of combat.
That's true.
Okay, funny things to watch for this week. What do we got? My first one is my captioning of y'all's noises this week, because there were a lot. I listed some of them in the Slack for you all, but there are ditties, there are jingles, there is, I think there's dismayed laughter, there is, so yeah, that's one thing.
It sounds like there's a lot of filling space, which is what we needed to do because a lot of us are thinking on our feet.
Some of it is, obviously faces are still a thing to keep an eye on. To see if you can. There's a couple of great Karin moments. There's a couple of great Alex is ready to murder me moments.
I think just general stress from Alex's part. Just general stress.
What else? What are the fun things to Shimmy again, Cart? Thank you. I appreciate you. Enjoy those subs, y'all. Thanks, Shimmy. Are there other things?
I do think you start to see the moments of like Alex and I conspiring together.
Oh, yeah. That's also fun. When they are not, there's a couple of moments actually where we get audio of it. And I don't know if you did it on purpose, but the camera is not on you two. And I hear Alex whispering things to Karin.
For sure not on purpose.
Definitely not on purpose.
It's great. I love it. So yeah, definitely watch those two when it's not their turn. I feel comfortable saying that because Lydia and Taryn are not here to hear me say, don't watch them, which is not true. They're also very funny. Taryn has a couple of really funny moments in this one where she just like blue screens, not her computer, like her brain blue screens at me. Right. So that's fun.
Are there?
What
Do we do
else?
an obscenity tracker? 'Cause I feel like there's a few obscenities. In
No,
this
I
one.
mean, Lydia says fuck like 84 times, but other than
Yeah.
that, I
What else is new?
exactly.
Come on.
I remember I have vague recollections of us like deciding on our language rating way back at the beginning, and Lydia just being like, I don't really think that there's a choice because it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
It's just gonna fly out.
Yeah. And she was right.
And she was right.
Ah.
It's true. It's true.
I don't know. It's there's a lot of juicy content.
Exactly,
I
Shimmy.
think, this
If,
week.
if Lydia didn't say fuck that much, I think something was wrong.
True.
And you know it would have to be really wrong because she continues to say it despite having almost no voice in many of these episodes. So even that,
Poor dear was
even the declining ability to phonate doesn't stop her. I hope she's watching. I hope she's like in between clients and is watching right now.
Well, what's so funny is that like literally 4 of us that are in this group right now are like former or current musical theater performers, and none of us like even bothered to like give her like any sort of recommendation on like what she needs to do. I was like, what?
Oh,
in
you
the
mean
world?
like when we were on set?
Or like even when we were in the Airbnb,
In the
like
Airbnb.
it didn't even occur to me to be like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
are
yeah.
you drinking like that? Like what?
Not a
maybe we did talk
single-
about that.
Yeah, not a single mention of throat coat.
not a single mention of like Grethers pastilles, like nothing.
Do you know what it
I'm
is,
like,
though? I'll tell you what it is. It's a combination of
English
two
saving
things.
grace?
It's a combination of us not having to give a shit about the state of our voices for 3 years because
That's true.
I ain't been in a show. And also, for me, it has been a real retraining of myself, which, of course, like, matters less when I'm among you people who I love and who I can kind of be a little, but it's become a real retraining for me to not offer unsolicited advice. And I kept being like, oh, no, you're a grown ass woman, Lydia. You can take care of your own voice.
Just do that. Okay.
So that's why I didn't say anything, because I'm not going to lie. When I went and got that makeup at CVS the day before we started shooting, I almost picked up a box of throat coat. And then I was like, nope,
Yeah.
not my business.
Well,
I mean, kind of is since we're doing a podcast, but I'm going to choose to not.
well, we all make our own choices.
and I did.
Yeah.
And you did.
What else? What time is it? 7:18. We got 12 minutes.
Yeah. I shared this off air, but speaking of Bizdira and Lydia, so I guess Bizdira, me and my friend took a Krav Maga class.
Oh, yeah.
yesterday,
Incredible.
And I
we're
was
just
living
going-
my monk life.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I was like, they went through I mean, it was very cool. It was like a workout experience, but at the end, they taught you this long, like, escape combo, basically. And the way that we were whipping
So
around,
cool.
I was like, this is like training with Bizdira. I was like, this is so cool.
So here's what I just decided that our next like content release is. I don't know why I'm saying this in public because this is terrible.
This
The
might as
next
well be a
thing that
meeting,
we are
just
going to
on air.
release is the 6 of us going and training in each of your classes. So we're all going to take a Krav Maga class, and then we're all going to go to a music class. Yeah, to a music class, and then we're gonna go. Garden. I don't know. It's real hard with the magic
Class.
ones because that's not a thing we can really do. And then I guess we got to steal some shit. Oops. Okay, well,
I'm sure there's like lock picking class.
Yeah, there
I
is.
don't know.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Take like one of those like
sure there are
Groupon
those
things.
Exists
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Or escape the room. We should just go to an escape the room.
Aw.
Is really
Oh
what it is.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the road. You're right. That's what that is.
That's it.
But are we all going in character? Is the question.
Okay.
As our characters.
Yes.
So I would have said yes, but here's the thing. I worry that going in character means we will not successfully complete the escape room, and that would break my lifelong streak of never not escaping an escape room.
I'm glad you have that.
I
streak.
feel strongly about that.
Yeah, you shouldn't go with me because I don't have that much stake in the game.
Have we really
I
never
think-
done one together before?
I don't think so. It's been a while since I've done one.
Oh man.
I feel like Robert, you did one for your birthday one year, yeah?
And
Yeah.
was I
Couple
was
of
gonna say, and was I not with you for that?
You
I don't think I could ever make it to one of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe not. Then.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Hey, Rafiki, welcome in. I got
Oh,
your
sorry,
message. I
Robert.
will reply. You know what
I
does
thought
sound
it
fun
was-
though is like control room video feed watching the four of you do an escape room in
that would be
character.
fun.
That sounds amazing.
Oh my god. So much stress.
It'd be a lot of staring at Karin, right? Like that's all.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes, that is a good analogy, Tanya, that I am to escape rooms as Markia McCarty is to karaoke. Yes, that is accurate for those of you who know Markia. For those of you who don't and who know me in escape rooms, it's like that. For those of you who don't know either of us, this is a weird conversation.
Put those two together.
Because how have we remained friends? Because we haven't done it.
Uh.
Because we haven't done an escape room together. Okay. It was this close-up camera that I just showed them, so that.
Yeah, I was like, great.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Has anybody else had any
Escape
character
room.
moments this week? Gardening.
I have not
yet?
stolen, gardened,
Absolutely not.
You stole it?
punched,
Have you played a flute recently?
or
No.
no.
I've yelled at my computer and my email. That's what I've done this week.
It's good vocal training.
That sounds like Robert.
It's good
Robert
vocal
Hubb.
training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a little sick this week, so you can hear my voice is a little nasally.
Aw,
Bizdira moment.
little
Yeah.
Bizdira moment, Bizdira solidarity. I love it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would be remiss in not mentioning, although I think at least one person's already figured it out, but we showed a little Idle Champions video before. Idle Champions is kind enough to give us some final codes as we go out. So if you play Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, first of all, you should obviously main Kent because he's the best, which is not true. He's not the strongest DPS in the game. But also, if you want a code, hit !code in the chat and you'll get a free Electrum chest so you can give Kent more armor. So do that. What else?
I mean, at the top, we dropped something that listeners can try and track throughout the episode.
Oh dear
if
lord!
they
Yeah, I
really-
mean, listen, if you too enjoy bananas crunchy puzzly D&D, get your pens and papers ready and your player's handbook and flip to the spell section and
Oh, no,
good
don't
luck.
say this.
And watch as mine and Alex's brains explode. And as you're
melt, and
tracking
then
it,
fall
you'll
out of our
understand
ears.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we had same Tanya, and that's why I opened up multiple adventuring party slots because I couldn't handle it. I wish we had video of Robert during this episode and the next two episodes.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
With your notepad and your computer and texting me. You'll get a taste of it because I'm on my phone a lot in this episode. And it's always him. I'm never
true.
like fucking about. It's always this one texting me like moon magic. I can't tell you what else he was texting me about because it's a spoiler for tonight. But yeah. I don't ever
Yeah,
want to
we'll
DM a combat above 12th level without this
Somebody.
person.
Yeah. Yes.
ever again.
A co-chair DM to just flag.
Like somebody who
Legendary
takes
action.
care of my concentration tracking
Yeah,
and status track. Yeah. It was still a lot to manage. Which just tells me that there's no way that I would have been able to do it without you, so thanks.
Yay! Oh my God, Robert Hupp appreciation.
Yay! Oh hey, only 5 more episodes till we get story consultant Robert Hupp in the episode on camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
So exciting.
That's exciting.
I have so much content to deliver.
You do.
You do.
Oh my
You
God.
have lots of
Hey,
things to share, to talk about.
Viewers/listeners, if you do not follow us on Instagram, there is some
Oh my God.
prime Robert
Oh,
Hupp
yeah.
content
Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
on our Instagram.
Wait,
as of this
maybe
Can
Oh.
you present it on your Twitch?
yes, I'm gonna retweet tonight's Hey Come In because I forgot to do that.
You should.
Channels live. Oops.
Also, if you don't follow us
Live.
on Twitter or Instagram, go follow us at D&D.
Welcome in. Thank you for the
That's
follow,
D, letter N,
Yatagarasu24.
D. Last Refuge.
Yes, that D, the letter N. I enjoy captioning that every week. It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes,
that's
If
retweeted.
you can pull this up on your screen, I will be very happy.
I saw the Beat Saber. Yes, that's the one. Okay, let me see if I can find it.
That's the
So
one.
Instagram.com/DND Last Refuge.
You're on at 7.
Whenever
Continue
we do another
as
retreat.
you, Grammyo.
Don't,
That's
and
fine.
don't worry, 7. I've got like 3 other videos of him,
Oh,
and
shit.
they're all longer than that. So if you need more, just ask.
Okay, this
I
is
have
going to be a
some,
little
too.
weird. I got to figure out how to do this.
Also, the ones that Lydia got of me are really funny too.
You really get into it. There's noises.
There's also one of
body
I have one of
fluidity.
our DM Jazzy Hands. I have one of you too.
I was very scared you were going to say you had one of me, but I
No,
was
I sadly
very
no, I
bad
don't.
and gave up very quickly.
Here we
Okay,
go.
okay. I have to resize the screen so that you all can see it properly.
Me walking down the street. Lol.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna transition over. This is the glory. Oh, you all aren't gonna be able to shit, hold on, you can't hear it. I need to add a audio output capture. Lady Gaga. Okay, it's going to be coming out of the same audio as you all, so just know that they can hear you all, they just can't see you. Here we go. I can't hear it. Why can't I hear it? Because it's muted. There we go.
Look at how good story consultant Robert Huff is at VR.
So fast.
I can hear Sam laughing.
Now look how good I am.
Hey, Sundew. It's
I can
the
hear Sam.
bounce. I know. It's the bounce. Oh God, it's hard, he says.
It's also Lydia and Robert's commentary.
Yeah. And then you start to get into it.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Those body rolls. Yeah.
TLR listeners, look at how
Oh my god.
Oh man. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh my gosh.
Stupid.
I think you were doing
Funny.
normal mode, or were you doing easy mode? I don't remember.
I was definitely, I think, on easy.
Yeah.
And you were on like expert level. You're like,
Yeah, expert plus. Yeah.
Oh, this is the content we deserve.
yeah.
There is
So if you
also
want more content like you deserve, follow us on Instagram.
yeah. There's also a video. I think I have it of Alex trying to do a different VR thing.
I've got it.
It's that keep talking and nobody dies, where one person is wearing the headset.
Spoil it, because I've got one of you too, and I'm gonna put it on Instagram.
Oh, you should. I'm just telling them the context of it is we're playing Keep Talking and Nobody Dies, where one person is wearing the headset and is manipulating like a suitcase bomb thing with all these different buttons and things on it, and somebody else has the diffusing manual and is trying to tell that person what to do. And Alex was the one in the headset, and it's also glorious.
That was from a convention. That one's beautiful, but I think we have several videos also of the elevator one, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
That's
forgot
what
about
have
the
on
elevator one.
Jazzy Hands.
There's
and it's
there's a
good
great one of me refusing to step out closer to something that I will just say the only information I had about this object was that it was called spider cake. Now, we have about 30 seconds before we need to go live with this video. So, anything else before we leave them?
I don't think so. On that note.
Yeah,
Spider
on
Cake.
that note, glorious. I love it. Let's get on over and watch this week's
Yay!
episode. All right,
Enjoy the
y'all. We'll see you
episode,
after the episode. Enjoy. This is season 10, episode 6, Schools of Magic. See you soon. welcome to this week's episode of The Last Refuge. I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzy Hands, and with me I have...
Zdira.
Kit.
Briette.
And Oleg.
Flick went down at the end of last week and still hasn't fully recovered. Last week,
Became the beast.
last week Flick became the beast. Last week the party encountered the beast and fought it and survived. Mostly.
Kind of.
They discovered a lot of important things about this creature that they have been warring against really for years and years, but finally got a first glimpse at. There's much work to be done, but we're all still here. We've learned things, and there's more to learn on the horizon. What new things will the party learn this week about combating the beast? Will it be enough to ensure victory? Or are we in for another heartbreaking combat? Let's find out. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Good morning. This is day 2 of our 2-day shoot. We are here again. I said I would do it in this episode, so an enormous thank you to Solomon and Podcast Place. What an amazing opportunity we have to all be here and do this thing. Unfortunately, Taryn couldn't make it today because she and Robert have never been seen in the same place.
Right.
And there is no real evidence that they are, in fact, 2 separate humans.
Correct.
Are they the same person? The world may never know.
Mm-hmm.
Some Mrs. Doubtfire kind of
Exactly right. Exactly right.
That Taryn Talks episode was a lot of work for
Oh
me
my God,
editing wise.
exhausting.
I thought it was fun.
Exhausting. All right, I mean, listen, I love this, and for us it is a fresh day, but for the audience it is just episode 6, and we have a lot to do. So shall we hop
Let's
in?
move.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it. All right.
No
So
banter.
at the end of last week, Flick went down, and the team knew that this was going to be a drawn-out thing. This was not going to be a once-in, kill the beast, and get out. And so they chose to retreat at that point. They had spent the resources that they were willing to spend on that fight and decided that survival is the better part of valor, which is not how that saying goes, but it is now.
It is for
I
us.
like it better, actually.
Yeah, right. So the team retreated, licked their wounds, and headed back to the Earth Cave. They took a long rest, and we're now at the next morning. And you all have just finished your daily report to the Sapphire Dragon, who is impressed. I mean, you didn't kill it, but I'm impressed. It is certainly more than any have done in my living memory. Congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
We just met him, and I feel like I got a papa, like a real dad finally. This is a great bookend to our story.
You're much too loud. Stop talking.
Perfect. That's perfect for a papa.
Thanks, Dad.
A little less noise there. A little
Exactly.
less noise.
The next thing up is that you all got, actually in the middle of the battle, it was a bit distracting, you got word from Octavia that they had managed to get a stable scrying going in the Situation Room.
Thank goodness.
And so they were able to observe a little part of your fight the previous day, and hopefully that will help the second assistant librarian, who you all assigned to do continuous research about this, to give you a little more information. Before that, though, Liara and the others have put together a report about the other fronts, what's going on the outer islands, and how things are going. The first thing that happens is that Octavia has arranged for magical transport of some of Arix's healing potions to all of you.
Mm.
At the moment, Arix has had time to make enough to send you all 10 healing potions.
Okay.
The remainder are being dispersed amongst the islands to try and bolster the defensive forces there.
Sure.
Particularly in the in the west, east, and south. Of course, there's not much of a presence in the north, but what are you going to do? So Octavia tells you, this is, we did our best, and Arix has been, well, he has been very hard at work. He has been singularly focused. There is news. There was an accident. Right now, everyone is still, well, not okay, but here with us. But there was an incursion into the tunnels, and one of Arn's traps malfunctioned. And when he went to fix it, he was hurt very badly. We have him as stable as can be expected. I am hopeful that he will pull through, but Arix is beside himself. He and Varn have been fighting since they lost Tulip, and he can do nothing but work. He is We have tried to tell him that he has provided you with this and he can take a break, but he cannot allow himself to think. And so he is hard at work. If he produces new or more potions, we will of course send them to you as soon as we can. But he's in a difficult situation right now. In fact, much of the Western Island is in a difficult situation. The volcano that erupted at the center from the mysterious well has continued to spew magma flows across the island, and one is very quickly approaching the city of Silfsen. Another is headed in the direction of Gangra, but there are certain topographical features that may yet redirect it, and the orcs are hard at work finding ways to perhaps attempt that. We do not know how much longer those cities have, but we're doing all that we can to at least buy them time. And of course, make evacuations wherever possible. There was not much left of Gangra anyway, and most of the orcs had already evacuated, so that is more of a morale thing than a personal safety. But Silfsen, we are doing our best to evacuate. There is also news from the east, and Octavia sort of stands very quietly for a while, and then sort of shakes her head and steps out of view. And another functionary steps in to tell you that the world below has been lost. Ox and Tilanis were doing their best to organize the evacuation at the final elevator, and they got a lot of people out. A lot of people. And then the Earth Elementals found them. And there has been no sign of either of them since the final elevator rose. Parts of the city, however, and Octavia comes back, wipes her eyes, comes back and takes a deep breath. Says, parts of the city we have managed to protect. For now, we have certain wards up that are keeping elementals out, keeping the structures together. So perhaps all is not lost below, but it is a dire situation, and the area that we can move in is constantly decreasing. The Northern Island we did not have much of a presence on anyway, but we have lost contact with the Robert there. We are not sure if perhaps it is just the magic and difficulties as we had with you all, establishing scrying and that sort of thing, but we have not been able to raise Robert in any method of communication for the last 12, 18 hours or so. Unfortunately, this did coincide with the enormous tidal wave that was overshadowing the island, cracked and collapsed onto the island. There was a lot of destruction. We have been trying our best to assume that Robert was safely underground, that they are okay, and that maybe this helped out with some of the devil problem. But we have little word there at this point. There is also strange news. We're not concerned yet because we have no evidence that this is a problem, that she is doing anything untoward yet. But in the chaos, the Alglorp has told us that Rithmala no longer resides in her Glorp body. Again, there's no problem. We have no evidence, and the Alglorp has been checking all of its minds, and it doesn't seem that she is trying to affect anyone. It may be, in fact, that the body sustained damage and was destroyed, and that she is simply trapped or unable to get in contact. We don't want to panic you. It seems like it being that powerful. If she had immediate plans to work against us, would have done so. She has the ability. But for now, she is another that we have lost contact with, and we continue to look. Impossible to know. There is better news, though. The second assistant librarian watched very intently your fight, and she has given me a report to give to you. She thinks that she has something that may help. When you all cast various spells on the creature, she said that she could see, as magic was visible, she could see these barely visible flares based on, well, she wasn't sure what at first, but as she tracked your activities, she realized that the different schools of magic were causing disruptions in the energy of the beast, in the elements of the beast. She has mentioned this vaguely before, but she finally thinks that she has the answer. She believes that the two schools of magic on each island that are not the element, that those two schools, if combined quickly, if two spells of the two schools are cast upon the beast and affect the beast in rapid succession, they have the ability to suppress that corresponding element. So, for example, where you first came to the world on the Western Island, the Arcania there was the fire element, divination magic, and enchantment magic. And the second assistant librarian believes that if you were to cast divination magic upon the beast, followed immediately by enchantment magic, or the other way around, that the fire elemental within the beast would be suppressed only for a time. This creature is very powerful and the elements are a part of this world, but for a time you may be able to suppress it, and that could mean anything from reducing its ability to stave off your attacks of that element to even perhaps making it incapable of using certain abilities and attacks against you. It is something to look into, something to consider. She said that there was other things that she noticed as well, but at this point she saw how dangerous the fight was, and she does not want you chasing down half-baked hypotheses before she has more of a chance to understand the creature and its reactions to what you do. As soon as she has more solid information, or at least a better feels that she is more likely to be correct, we will communicate that with you. But for now, that's what we have.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So, earth magic.
I love that I just told you about people who died, worlds that were crushed, and Bizdira is like, all right, so how do I punch it harder?
Right.
Listen,
Exactly.
the only
She's always
way.
hated this Earth Key.
Listen, the only way that I can make up for the people that have died is by doing some fucking damage.
That's fair enough, and that does feel very Bizdira. That
It
she
is
would not
incredibly
compartmentalize that bit.
I will grieve that later
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
if I survive.
Yeah.
But we need to punch the shit out of this beast. I want to punch it in his little turtle face.
I think if you're saying, if we're in like the situation room right now on the plane of Earth in our little
Yeah.
cave,
Yeah,
I think Flick is on board. I think let's start, because that's a lot to handle. All of that news is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
upsetting, and we're here. Like we can't control any of that.
Yeah.
So
We can't let ourselves drown in it. So we
Mhm.
need to focus on the task at hand, which is spellcasters, y'all got to figure out.
yeah, we got some stuff to
I
play
love that
with.
Bizdira's like, I
Thank
want to punch
you.
it. Also, not my problem.
I have one spell.
Before we get too much further, we should also, since it's top of day, we should get Flick's precog roll
yes.
and tug the tapestry rolls.
They're a little bit better than they were yesterday.
Okay, great.
Well, better. Tug the tapestry. That's an interesting. What is better and what is worse?
Sure.
13. So that's a relatively higher. So
Okay.
if anybody has a high modifier, that
Okay.
can be very helpful. And the precognitions are 7. So
Oh,
that's
okay, you got a
even
bunch
more
of
than
them today.
yesterday.
Okay.
I think one thing though regarding all of the people who are dying and the destruction, the one thing that Kit would say to Octavia is just like, don't burn any bodies yet. Maybe just
Yes.
keep them in the morgue
Yes.
and don't do anything drastic.
And I think she is glad to hear you say that. You can tell she's a little heartbroken that Ox and Tilanus, they haven't found them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you see her. I mean, she has so many times before. She sets her face, and you can tell that she's. You've seen her sort of go a little bit off the deep end for those 3 before,
Yeah.
for Ox and Books and Hush, and there's nothing you can do now. But you have a feeling that she's going to spend a lot of energy looking for Ox.
She's a strong lady. I
Yeah,
like
she
her.
is.
Does this world have refrigeration?
I mean,
they
there
could
are
go to the
cold
North
spells.
Island.
Yeah.
We've got an entire North Island. For that.
Yeah, we go to the North Island. We just
I love
take
that.
a submarine stacked full of dead bodies and like take it to the North Island.
Love that. Well, we've already done undead. Might as well use that one. for
That's
that.
what I'm saying. We'll use that one. It'll still smell the same.
Yeah.
Silly.
Okay then.
All right. Anyway,
Moving
anything else?
on.
Anything else? Top of day during your morning reports, situation room stuff. Now, we'll go ahead and there's no need to pretend that we didn't, right? And we'll go ahead and tell the listeners and viewers that you all, Robert and I gave you all the news from the second assistant librarian last night, and so you all have had a little bit of time to make some plans about combat today because we are on the clock. So.
Well, yeah, we've come up with, I think, you know, some very
Something.
light
Some
plans.
Yeah.
But I think we've got some stuff to play with. Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a matter of interest, divvying up the healing potions.
Keep the pool of 10. Whoever needs them uses them. I'm not going to worry about who's carrying what.
Great.
Love that.
Yep.
Cool.
The only other thing we haven't said on air
Yeah, please.
is that at some point, Kit has cast the enhanced death ward on Bizdira.
Oh, yes. Good to point out. Yes, because we haven't
Because
said that
I
yet.
will die.
Please don't make it too fast. Please wait a little
She
bit
survived
this time.
all of the last combat.
That's true.
I was doing
That's
pretty
true.
good.
You
so
were.
I mean, I was down, but I wasn't. I think
And the
maybe
spellcaster
half.
with Raised Dead went down.
Yeah.
So then
Let's see if we can fix that. Should we go
Should
and
we
and
find the beast
encounter
again?
the beast? Absolutely. So
Kill the beast.
off we go. So you all head out, and now that you know what you're looking for, there are obvious signs that you can find. There's tracks of all types, poop, and so you can find the creature pretty quickly. Very briefly. I mean, what's the approach before we roll initiative? Are we trying to sneak up on it at this point? Are we just going in and starting?
I mean, we're basically ants to it, so sneaking up on it feels kind of redundant.
Sure, and the truth is, yesterday you all got the feeling that it was acting against you because you were nuisances, not
Right.
because it was
Right.
particularly concerned. So I think it's reasonable to think that you could get about where you did yesterday, so about 90 feet out, without it really paying a ton of attention. So with that said,
As
Bizdira's gonna say something.
yes, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say two things. First of all, I just want to make it known that I switched out my chunk of water weird for my ring of
Cold resistance, great.
And I would also like to, when we are getting to the point of seeing the beast and being like, all right, we ready? I want to immediately turn on my radiant consumption.
When you are 90 feet out,
Yeah.
before you start. Okay, so let's roll initiative, and you can have that on.
I also was going to turn on my radiant soul.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Oh, shit.
Did you crit on initiative?
I crit on initiative.
Okay. What is that? Well, actually, hold on. Look at me. I'm like,
I
let's
think-
go. I'm ready. Haven't pulled out a single die.
before we roll initiative, can I actually give Kit advantage on this initiative?
Sure.
All right. Done.
Use that precog.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We didn't talk about that in advance.
No,
at all.
we did
Not
not.
at all.
Oh,
Did we win
geez,
that?
and it was totally useless.
It was, but that's all
Holy
right.
Okay.
crap.
All right, Bizdira, what'd you get on initiative?
At 23.
23.
Oh,
Bria,
21.
21. Flick,
14.
14. And Kit.
Got a 5.
So for those at home, this is the opposite of how we wanted this to go.
I will go ahead and tell you all the beast is going smack in the middle of the four of you in the first round. So the initiative order is Biz, Bria, Beast, Flick, Kit.
It's actually not bad.
Actually, not that bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yep, Biz, Bria, Beast, all the bees, Flick, Kit.
Oh, look. Almost alphabetical order.
Almost. All right, Bizdira, you're up first. You're 90 feet out, and your radiant
90
consumption is on.
90 feet out. I can dash without. Oh, that's still a bonus action,
It
right?
is still a bonus action, and you have to use a key point for Step of the Wind.
Okay, so I'm going to click my boots as my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to run up to the beast
Yeah.
and try to punch the shit out of it.
Punch it. It's just having breakfast. It's like, give me a second. I have a purple worm in my mouth.
24,
24 does hit.
and this die is getting retired.
Oh.
Okay.
So I hit it once for 9 points of magical bludgeoning damage
All right.
and 14 points of radiant damage for my
14
radiant
points
consumption.
of radiant.
And just to make sure that I'm correct, at the end of my turn, because I'm going to stay there,
Yep.
it's going to take another 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Of radiant
All right,
damage.
Bria, you see Bizdira run up to it and explode with light and fists, and it is your turn.
Friends, I am doing what is in the list, correct?
Sorry, I should say at the beginning, Bizdira, you scared the poop out of it.
Wait. Sorry, I need to say something to
Yep.
to Bria, which is that you should do what's in the list, but you should hold it until after after the beast's turn, right?
Correct.
Right.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
The beast is going to take a
Right.
legendary action and turn and lift up in the air, and it is going to slam down onto you, Bizdira, or try to anyway. That is a 19 to hit.
Sure.
All right, and I know what I said, but now I'm using your dice because I think it's funny. And that is...
I hope they suck for you.
9, 10, 15. It's 20 points of thunder damage to you,
20
Bizdira.
points of thunder damage.
That's the one. All right, now we go on to Bria.
So Bria is going to prep this until after the beast's turn.
Okay. Are you moving or
Um,
taking a bonus action?
So I am going to. No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Great. Okay. And so what are you readying, and what's the trigger?
I am going to ready Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
Just for after the beast does its thing.
Okay.
Things, probably.
Okay.
And do you want me to roll for that, or do you want me to wait till after?
You can go ahead and roll so that you have the number ready, but don't tell me it until it's time for that.
Got
Anything else on your turn, Bria?
Nope.
All right, so
Not
Bizdira has run in. A blaze is flying with fists. Bria is casting and beginning to prepare for this combat. You all are much more together this time. It's not so much a surprise, and you are ready for it. After your turn, Bria, the creature is going to do something to one of you. You know what? Actually, it's going to bring out its fiery wings and attack you again, Bizdira. That is a 25 to hit.
No.
Oh, congratulations. I love those holes in your AC at higher numbers. That is 19 fire damage. And now it is the...
Did you do that just because I don't have the fire resistance anymore?
No.
And lies.
I'm doing things that I did less of yesterday. All right. Don't worry. It doesn't know anything about you. It'll attack you with cold in a minute. In fact, it's its turn. And so now it's going to go. And maybe it'll do that. What it does on its turn is... What is the... yes. So this creature doesn't want anything to do with any of you, and you see the Leviathan head come out of one end facing you all, and it opens up its maw, and a tidal wave bursts forth in a 50-foot wide, 250-foot long wave. I need
shit.
all of you, please, to make strength saving throws.
Of course it's a strength save. Of course it's a strength save.
I
I'm
don't
giving
want- I
myself
don't-
advantage.
I don't like these dice.
I don't like these dice.
We're gonna use the water one and hope it gives us good luck.
That feels right.
And it didn't.
Bizdira.
19.
No. Flick.
18.
No. Kit.
3.
No. No. Bria.
11.
No. You are all pushed with this wave 60 feet away from the beast.
Okay.
Okay, could it be worse?
And you take...
Mm-hmm.
9, 14... 13 is 27, 30... 36 bludgeoning damage along the way as you run into various trees and rocks and other obstacles along the way. That is the beast's turn, and that brings us to Flick.
He is going to fly 50 feet forward because he was just knocked back very rudely.
Yes.
And then he is going to bonus action Bardic Inspiration Bizdira because I love you.
Yep.
And so that is one of those down. I only
Wait,
have
is
3.
it the beast's turn is done?
The beast's turn is done. You are not in range for Cloud of Daggers anymore, Bria.
Okay.
But you can get
Sorry.
there, right?
Well, she can't. She can only take the action. She can't move on a ready.
She can do it on her next turn.
So, what I told you,
Mm-hmm.
just hold it until after her now.
Okay, exactly. So that's exactly what I'm doing now.
Okay,
is
great.
I'm going
Which is
to prepare a spell,
Which is
which is Shatter.
great. Oh, I was waiting for you to do that yesterday, to be honest.
Mhm. And so I'm preparing Shatter until after Bria moves and
Does her
thing.
All right. You all are knocked back, you're knocked around, and things are suddenly, the delicate plan has been a little bit disrupted, but you all are ready, you are determined, and things will go on. Any move or any bonus action?
I did both.
Oh, you
already.
moved, that's right, you did. Okay, all right, that brings us to Kit at the bottom of round 1.
All right, well, I think that today we are not messing around, and we're just gonna start out with a nice hefty moonbeam at the 5th level, please.
All right.
5th level, we love to see it. That is a Constitution save, I believe, to start the day?
Nope. Yes, I lied. Never mind.
That is a 16
That
to hit.
Fail.
All right.
I am going to let it fail.
All right.
Oh.
Interesting.
Go ahead and roll the damage and then roll your D100. As this beam from the eclipsed moon comes striking down.
That's 30 points of radiant damage.
Very nice. 30 points of radiant damage. All right.
And my percentile. That's a 78.
Oh, right. I told you to roll it and then proceeded to not have the chart ready. 78, you said? It
Yes.
feels like a number you all have rolled multiple. Make a wisdom
no.
save. Make a wisdom save.
Okay. I just don't know which of my dice are going to be my friends today, because so far the answer is none of them. Oh, this was pretty good, though. That's going to be a 25.
Okay, you feel your body start to shift and change, but you hold on. You cannot afford to be a sheep right now.
You cannot afford
And
to be
so
a sheep.
you are not a sheep right now.
Thank Gord.
That is the end of round 1. Things are complicated, things are difficult, but you all are holding on. We go to the top of round 2. At the end of Kit's turn, the creature looks out to where... No, you know what? Bizdira, go ahead and take your turn.
Oh, okay. She's gonna run up the 60 feet, and she's going to wail on it with 4 attacks,
Yeah.
and that die is going to wait it.
Okay.
Dose, 19 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Fucking hell. Key point. That one will hit. So 1 attack. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
But 14 points of radiant damage, and at the end of my turn, it'll take another 7.
Okay. All right. That is 5 plus 7 is 12. Okay. That brings, at the end of your turn, Bizdira, since you are there, and since you asked for it, it is going to...
I don't
It is
remember asking for anything.
going to get the Leviathan tail out and crit on the tail, which is going
I should have
to
used a precog, I'm so sorry.
smack you around just a bit.
This might make me go
Getting my
down.
dice ready. We're all so nervous. Okay, here we go.
Too far.
11.
I can do
We'll
something
see.
next turn.
3. So that's 23 bludgeoning damage. And, oh, that was a bunch of ones. So that's 6. 10. 20 cold damage, which is halved to 10.
Oh, sorry. So 10.
10 cold and whatever number I said for
Yeah.
bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to Bria.
Okay, let's do the stuff that we were meaning to do. So I'm gonna run up.
Okay,
and the
so that's
cloud of
30 feet. So
daggers-
that's 30 feet. You started at 90, so you were pushed back 60, so you're now at 120 feet.
okay.
What's
so
the
I'll
range on
dash.
Cloud of Dagger?
I have it right in front of me.
Uh-huh.
It's 60 feet, so I'm gonna
You're gonna dash and be 90 feet out.
and I don't.
You can use your action to dash again, and you'll be in range, but you won't have an action to cast the spell. As the creature
Okay.
roars. All right. Bria, it's been a while since you've seen Bria move this fast. Bizdira, you're like, okay. I mean, I'm faster still, but okay.
Okay.
All right. After your turn, Bria, the creature, the Elder
Do I get
Tempest.
to cast my spell, or does the beast go first?
What?
I readied a shatter for after Bria.
After Bria
I
went.
still haven't done Cloud of Daggers.
She hasn't done Cloud of Daggers. So if that was your trigger, we aren't there yet.
That was the trigger, I suppose.
Okay, all right. So after Bria's turn, the beast, the Elder Tempest comes out and a burst of lightning. So Bizdira, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw this time.
I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, do it. It's a D10.
Oh, it's a D10.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll take it. Oh, fuck. So that's 18.
Oh, that is enough to save.
And,
Oh, sorry. No, it is. Is it? Yes, that is enough to save, I
And
believe. I've sort of
evasion.
lost track of what I was doing. It's fine.
Evasion.
Right, so you are fine. All right, now it is the beast's turn proper, and it is going to
Take moonbeam damage.
take moonbeam damage. Yes. Does it make another con save?
Yes, it does.
Oh, 10.
A 10 definitely does.
This
not
time
save.
it is going to choose to save.
Okay. 23, 25, 31 is the full damage.
31 is the full, so 15 is the half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So what it's going to do is it is going to look out at you, and it's going to once again try to leap up into the air and slam down on you, Bizdira, as you are right there.
I'm giving it disadvantage.
Okay. Well, that might miss you, actually, and the other one was a crit, so well done.
Mm-hmm.
That is only a... Where's my... It's only 15 to hit.
She dodges.
Okay, she manages to leap back out of the way, and that is that. And then it is going to look over to... Which one of you is next closest? Bria is going to look at you and spit a rock at you, Bria. And that is going to be a 29 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So that is going to be 48 points of force damage as a rock spews forth from the creature's turtle mouth in your direction, 60 feet away, Bria. That is
And I can use Uncanny Dodge for
You
that,
can,
still, right?
absolutely you can. I will say that takes your reaction to do, and readying an action also takes your reaction to do it. So you won't be able to ready an action this round if you Uncanny Dodge.
But at this point, the Cloud of Daggers I could just cast on my next turn,
Oh, that's
right?
true. Yes.
Asking the cast from
Okay.
what they've already done.
Okay, great.
Yes? Okay.
That brings us to Flick.
He's going to move forward another, let's say a full 50 feet.
Okay, great.
So that he is now roughly 60, 70 feet away.
That sounds about right.
And he's going to bonus action Bardic Inspiration Bizdira once again.
Love that.
So that is one of those. I only have one more. And he is going to cast...
The beast, I will say, definitely seems more active today. It seems like it wasn't ready for you, certainly, but there's something about it that it seems a little restless or something. As if, as the days go on, I don't know how to describe it to you at this point.
I'm going to actually send it a little message.
I love everything about this. It's so wild. What do you say?
Hi, Nuisance is here.
Inspiration, I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I think well, let's see which one. I think the phoenix head comes out and sort of looks at you, and then goes back inside. That's a cantrip. Moving on to Kit, it is your turn. Oh, sorry. At the end of its turn, I need Kit and Flick to make Constitution saving throws as a polar vortex appears, engulfing the two of you.
A polar.
A polar vortex. Listen, I have a lot of words.
Polar.
Kit, what'd you get?
A 17.
That is enough. Flick, what'd you get?
I gave myself advantage, and that's an 18.
That is enough. You do not gain any levels of exhaustion, and the polar vortex moves off.
The spellcasters cannot get a level of exhaustion.
All right, Kit, I believe it is your turn now.
I unfortunately am too far away to do what I need to do. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. Listen, this is a big one.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say on my last turn, I meant to say that I was going to move 30 feet
Yeah,
forward.
of course you did. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would be
Yeah, I'm not.
within
Yeah, that's fine.
120 feet.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wait. Okay. I think I can do this. I would like to use
Yeah.
my action to dash. So
Sure.
I'm going to I'll use my movement 30 feet. I'll move and then I'll use my action to dash, and then I would like to use a point of my solstice magic, please.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 2 points of my solstice magic
Okay.
to use a quickened spell.
Absolutely. Yes. Use that. Now listen, I'm not trying to troll you this time. Do you have inspiration?
I do have inspiration. Yeah, so I'm gonna do, so I've done all of that. I pulled on the magic of the world and I run and
You just tied in a very small, quick knot.
Yes, and I would like to cast, I'm 60 feet out.
Great.
And I would like to cast, I'm assuming Bizdira is close to the beast, like one of its legs or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, sure.
So underneath Bizdira, I hold out my hand, and from my hand, a vine of like rot
Cool.
and disgust
Hate it.
comes out,
Love
and
it.
it falls onto the grass underneath her.
Yes.
And underneath the beast, it is dark and necrotic and horrible, and underneath Bizdira, it's
Yeah.
beautiful and flowers, and I cast Wither and Bloom.
Ooh, what a fun newer
Oh
druid
my
spell.
God.
I'm so proud
Very
of you all.
stressful.
I know, but you
This
all are
was-
doing so well.
Oh my god.
I know, starting
is
with a new attack
extremely
that you
stressful.
hadn't seen was very stressful, but I'm very proud of you all. All right, so tell me about Wither and Bloom, because that's a new one.
Well, I already said what it looks like.
Oh, yeah,
and
just
basically,
functionally.
I just get to choose who takes necrotic damage and who gets healing.
Okay.
So,
Is there a save or anything I have to roll?
Yes,
Okay.
you have to do a con save.
Okay. Man, my con rolls are bad today. That's
Good.
a 12.
That does
Good.
not save.
Okay.
Are you choosing to fail?
What a good question. Give me 1 second. I need to check something. As this happens, that's not the name of the thing. The beast sort of instinctually moves away, right? It is a creature of the earth and of elements, and this feels, I mean, the necrotic part of it is bad. It is going to choose to save on this one.
Does it move away enough to get a?
No, it's not functionally moving. I just mean like part of it like tries to get away from this nastiness.
Just checking.
Roll up that damage and then roll me percentile.
It's gonna take a whole 1 point of necrotic damage. That's all it needed to do. It just needed to have 1 point of necrotic
right.
damage.
Which one? Roll percentile.
Great. Also, if Bizdira would like, she may choose to use one of her unspent hit die and regain some hit points.
All right, roll a hit. That's a D8 for you. And what'd you get on the percentile roll, Kit?
A 70.
A 70. Oh, okay. You are where? You're how far out? What was the range on that? How far did you
60
need to get?
feet.
60 feet. So I think you're within 30 then of this one. So the
Correct.
two of you become invisible.
Okay.
Actually, listen, I'm not mad about it.
We talked about this last night. You all have rolled the same like 10 to 12 things on this chart for 5 years,
There are about
and it's
60
wild.
of them we've never touched.
As Kit's Wither and Bloom affects the beast, you see it recoil, and then you can see it's the way that it is formed right now. You can see a part of the central crystal, the central node, and you watch as green flares out from the central node and then sucks in. Even the beam of light from the Earth node on the whatever island that is, the eastern island, is temporarily cut out, and you watch as the little bits of rock and the little turtle tail and bits of shell that you were seeing are sucked into the node, and it seems that the Earth Elemental, at least for now, has been suppressed.
Yes.
Okay.
That brings
Fantastic.
us to the top of the round with Bizdira. Before you do that, though, this creature is, you know what, let me make it That's over a 20. So yeah. Oh, but you're invisible. How interesting. I think what happens is, and I'll give this to you all, the beast instinctually goes towards where the magic came from to try and attack it with a legendary action. But you are gone, and so it's going to have disadvantage. It's going to try and spew a rock at you, but it's going to have disadvantage and sort of a little bit be...
It can spew a rock still?
Oh, sorry, you're right. No, it can't. Of course it
cannot.
can't. Yeah, you're right. All right, Bizdira, take your turn.
All right.
Woohoo!
All right. So, can I can use 2 key points?
You can do whatever you want as long as it allows on your character sheet. I don't know what you're
Okay.
asking me.
All right. So here's what I want to do.
Tell me what you want to do.
I want to beat the fuck out of it for
Yeah.
4 attacks.
Yep.
Then I want to use a key point to disengage and
Your
book
4
it.
attacks take your bonus action. Disengage also takes your bonus action with a key point. So you got
But
to
I
choose.
can move if I want to.
You can move if you want,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. So you know what? For the sake
All right, for the sake of the
of
punches.
the punches, do I
I
still?
feel
have
like that's what
my-
this is going to be on Bizdira's. I don't want to say tombstone. I don't mean you're going to die,
Yeah.
but like
Do I still? I didn't use my bardic inspiration.
not the
Not your
second
second
one.
one.
Not the
Okay.
second one. You do
Okay.
still have that one.
All right.
Yeah.
That is a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
That is a 26 to hit.
26. Now you're hitting.
Now we're
now it
rolling
doesn't even
high.
matter that you rolled the AC down.
16.
No, absolutely not.
I'm gonna use bardic inspiration for that one.
Hell yeah.
19.
No.
All right. Well, we know a 19 doesn't hit this.
Okay,
Okay.
and the last one.
And the last one doesn't.
Okay, but hey,
So
2 in there.
2.
Yep. I know it's going to take 7 at the end of. No, that's at the beginning of it. At the end of its turn.
We
Nice.
got 20
20.
magical bludgeoning
Okay.
plus the 14. Is that for each hit or just for one?
I believe it's for each hit. For one hit. All right, so
Um,
14. One.
once a turn an attacker spell.
Once a turn. Okay,
Yeah.
so there you go.
So an extra 14 of radiant, and then she's going to book it. She's
Uh-huh.
gonna moonwalk back 150 feet.
Okay, it is not super pleased with you, so it is going to try and hit you with. It hasn't done wings in a while, but it will have disadvantage because of your boots. That is a 22 to hit. But I did
Yes.
roll another crit, so it's good that it had the
Yeah.
disadvantage. Let's see, that is 4 plus. That's 11 bludgeoning, and oh no, what did I say it was doing? The wings. So sorry. No, take that bludgeoning back. That is 6 is 13 plus 7 is 20 fire damage. With its attack of opportunity, but Bizdira got a good amount of that in, and that
She. Oh god.
is she up?
Barely.
Okay, Bria, it is your turn.
Do you want me to follow Cloud of Daggers, or you want me to do some wailing?
Wailing.
Wailing.
Great, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
So-
wail away, my girl.
I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna try to hit it with the Frostbrand short sword again.
Okay, do it.
22 to hit.
22 does hit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Excellent.
You get your little
All right.
And for
Oh,
what it's worth,
sorry,
just to make
on-
you feel a little extra better, it wouldn't have if you hadn't suppressed the earth element.
Mhm.
Which I think you all knew
I
already.
will-
But
We knew.
I'm gonna use the little mage hand once again to like
Oh,
point
to
it
distract
towards
it.
Bizdira and
Absolutely.
distract it, whatever.
I'm sorry, did you say to point it towards Bizdira? Whatever,
It
roll your
says
attack.
on here, you can designate a creature to give advantage, and to me that reads as like you have to pick one of your friends to be like, hey, look at them instead. Like it literally is just a giant pointing hand.
I mean, it doesn't, but I love the flavor, so
Yeah.
do it.
Flashing neon.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bizdira's already pretty bright anyway. All right, roll up that
Yeah.
attack with advantage.
Okay.
It's the end of the world, and you're still trolling Bizdira, and I love everything about it.
We had to have some normalcy in our lives.
It's true, some things have to remain. I love it. I love it so,
So
much.
that's 33 magical piercing.
Did you roll to hit? Oh, 22. Yes, this is it. Sorry. 33
Then-
magical piercing.
5 cold.
Okay, hold on a
And-
second. Okay, and then 5 cold, which gets absorbed by the whichever creature is that is, the Leviathan.
The Leviathan.
And then 14 radiant.
And then 14 radiant. 11,
And it falls.
12,
And
13.
we did it.
Absolutely not. 14.
And we win.
And we win. All right. So at the end of your turn, Bria, it is going to take its last remaining legendary action, and it is going to jump up in the air and try and slam down on you with the storm thingy, and that is a 30 something to hit you.
No.
Okay, fair enough. And that is going to be, that's a D10, not a D6. Okay. Plus is 32 thunder damage.
Okay, and I'll uncanny dodge that.
Which is 16.
16.
And then that is the end of the end of your turn, and now the beast will take its.
And the beast is going to take some more moonbeam damage.
Sure, yes. Constitution save. Oh, is a 19 this time?
All right, that saves.
Okay, nice.
32.
Nice.
So.
1, 2, 3, and then we gotta go this way. Okay. On its turn, you watch as that green glow sort of reverses, and the crystal explodes with green light. The beam from the east reconnects, and the turtle reappears, and the turtle is mad. And so the turtle turns in y'all's direction and spews forth a 90-foot cube of debris, and I need all y'all to make...
Not me.
Still waiting on that reaction.
Why not you?
I'm 150 feet back.
You are 150 feet back. I need everyone else to make strength saving throws.
I needed to get the fuck out. I got the fuck out.
All right. Flick.
12.
No. Kit.
3.
Amazingly, that's the number you needed. Bria, what'd you get?
14.
14. No. Okay, so all of you are knocked prone as you are covered with rocky debris, and that is... How many of these am I doing? 6. 51. No. Sorry, 46 bludgeoning damage, and you are all knocked prone. Bria is down right next to the beast, and at the end of its turn, we move to Flick.
I'm so sorry. How much damage did you say?
46. Yes, 46.
Okay. Sorry. My
that's
little
okay.
shield is down, and then as didn't.
Oh yeah, didn't go past that.
math.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It is that's the end of its turn. As it does this, it is looking. You can see it's a big creature. We've got 1 hit points, but you can see where damage is remaining, much more than it was yesterday, and it seems to feel that too. And you watch as the creature burrows into the ground.
Oh my god.
Are we still in initiative?
We are still in initiative. Oh, it's not retreating.
Gonna.
Flick, we're up to you.
Okay, so it retreated. I get up. That's half my move.
That is half your move.
Then I am going to... I can't see it.
You cannot currently... You can see the big hole that it left, but that is rapidly closing around it. At this thing, it wasn't even... To call it burrow is wrong, right? It just sort of melted and became earth and then sort of seeped into the ground.
So I don't have eyes on it.
You do not at the moment.
Great. Well then I have to care for my friends, and I'm gonna cast a 2nd level healing word on Bria so that I can get her up.
Absolutely.
And I'm also going to, so as I roll...
Any bonus action or move?
Well, that is a bonus action.
Oh, healing word, you said, I'm sorry.
I'm going it back up in the air, and then, yes, there is an action.
Okay.
Just, can I roll
go ahead.
Can I roll the damage first?
The healing, not the damage.
Sorry, whatever it is. I'm stressed.
Flick stabs Bria.
Was
that's
all along.
8 points to you, Bria, so that you are up.
Thank you.
And then, as an action, I'm gonna prepare as soon as I do see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna prepare another message.
All right, roll percentile for me because you rolled a level. You cast a leveled spell. This is my favorite use of the schools of magic combination, is just whispering in its ear creepily.
Yeah. Oh, this one's gonna be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a 3.
I mean, lower numbers are not necessarily bad. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if this beast goes invisible, you'll be able to see it for the next minute, and you can also see if any of you all turn invisible. You can see invisible creatures for the next minute, as long as you have
Oh, so
line
I can
of
see
sight.
Kid again. Right? We're invisible.
I can't remember if Kit's
Who's-
cast a
who's to
spell by
say?
now, but I imagine she's about to. Kit, it's your turn.
Yes. Yes, it is my turn. Ah! Okay. Well,
I don't know that anyone in the history of Dungeons and Dragons has ever readied a message spell, and I'm obsessed.
First
I
time
can't
for
get
everything.
over it. I know, and I can't get over it. I love it.
this beast is quite large, but also my friends are looking quite
Pretty bad.
beat up and sad.
Somehow Bizdira and I both have like little walker canes now. It's very odd.
That's what you use the illusion key for.
So, can I look at my friends who have been taking the clobberings and see
Yeah.
who's doing worse?
Yeah, I mean, pretty clearly Bria, but not by much.
Okay.
I actually,
How many hit
Bizdira
points do you
has
have?
4 hit points and I have
Oh,
8 right now.
They look.
I have
They
4.
both look very, very bad.
I'm also not.
We
Kit.
use a free action to say retreat? Question mark.
Yeah, Kit, do me a favor. This
Yeah.
is not a moon magic roll. Roll percentile for me.
Okay. Uh, 44.
Okay, cool. So glad you rolled low. Kit, you get ascending.
Okay.
Kit, get everyone out of there. The second assistant librarian, she has the answer. She has it. But it's too. You have to go. Don't try to finish this. Get out. I don't know how many words that was. If I have any left, it's.
I'm going to yell at my friends, retreat. I'm going to look for a tree. Is there a tree within?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm going to run to a tree, touch the tree, make a little doorway, and I say, go, go, go.
I love
out.
this visual. Okay, we do have to stay in initiative though, because it takes moves on your turn and the creature ain't done. Will you do me a favor, Kit, and roll percentile now for the moon magic for that spell?
Sure. A 10.
A 10. Okay,
I
don't know
think.
that
Is
we've.
that right? That's not. No,
Oh.
these all zeros to be.
That's a
100.
real shame. So you cast a 5th level magic missile. But the only things that it could target at the moment are your friends. Or I will let you target yourself, but I need you to decide where these first level is 3, second, third, fourth, fifth, 7 darts. I
They're
just
coming
need you
to
to pick
me.
where they go. All 7?
Yep.
Okay. As the door opens up, just the edges of it are like sharp little protrusions that fire out and rebound on Kit as she casts this spell. So this is going to be 47 plus 7.
Okay.
Let me
for math.
say that again very clearly. 4D7.
Thank you.
Nope. 7D4. There it is. What is a
I was like,
D7?
I've never seen a D7.
Oh, sorry, you're trying to count.
That was the rudest thing you could have done.
I didn't even think about
So it's 18 and then another 7.
Yeah, so 25. 25 force damage. Okay, that could have been worse.
I'm still fine. I have my little shieldy.
Absolutely. All right, so now the portal is open. You want to go ahead and go through it, or do you have to be the last one? I don't remember.
Let me double check. I
Okay.
think that.
Next up after this, though, either way, is Bizdira, who I assume is...
Bolting. Based on my boots of speed and people around me, can I grab Bria on my way?
She's 150 feet away from you, because you backed up 150 feet, and she's
Yeah.
next to the beast, so no.
Okay.
Because you
Can
would
I-
also have to then carry her, and that's going to slow you down and stuff, so...
Can I grab Flick's foot?
Flick is, I assume, much more than
I'm
5
up.
feet in the air.
I'm in the air.
Oh, then she's just fucking out.
She's out. She's out.
Bye.
I love it. Hey, things to think about.
She's
for
literally
the
going,
next
"Peace."
One. Peace. All right, that brings us to Bria.
All right, I'm gonna do as much as I can. I also am a little bit faster with my flying speed, so I'm gonna get myself up and
Right.
I'm gonna fly as fast as I can.
And that, I mean, with your action and your bonus action to dash, you can absolutely make it through the tree as well. Kit, have you gone through, or do you need to wait?
I would like to have readied my reaction to be the last person to go through after
Perfect,
whoever
for a
the
dash.
last of my friends.
I love that. I love that very much. All right, it is the beast's turn, and the beast is angry and confused, and the turtle was gone for a while, which was not nice. And so it is going to burst out of the ground. Flick, how high up are you?
I mean, 60 feet. It's probably 60.
60. Okay, fine. So as it pops out of the ground, Kit, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 12.
That is a 12. There is a flash of exploding fire. It almost comes out of the ground, and you take fire damage.
I have resistance for that.
Oh, that's good. 28 halved to 14 fire damage. What was your number? What? 12?
Yes.
You are also, with the flash of light, you're also blind.
Okay, but
But you're
have
next to the
grab you.
you're
I'll
next
grab
to the
you.
tree. So if anyone was going to be blinded in this moment, it should be you, which is a
guide
weird
you.
moment to say. That brings us to Flick.
I'm getting out of here, and I'm grabbing my friend Kit
Yeah,
because I
and you
realize
got
she's
your
like,
reaction ready.
"Hello." She's Velma without her glasses. She's like,
I'm going.
she starts wandering away from the tree, and I'm like, "No, go back this way."
Yeah.
And now that I've seen the beast, I trigger my message and I say, "We'll be back, fucker."
And that's where we're going to leave it for
That's
this week.
exactly right.
Yes.
Thanks so much for listening or watching this week's episode of The Last Refuge. Be sure to check out next week when they get the final large, important secret from the second assistant librarian. Try again, I assume.
TBD,
Nah,
I guess.
You
No,
know,
we're
I-
going home.
I think we're done. We're just gonna go
Bye.
back to our plane
too
and be
hard.
like, you know what? Sorry, guys. You've been fun.
Disregard my last message.
You can reach out to the TLR team by leaving us a podcast review or by dropping us a line on Twitter and Instagram at DND Last Refuge. That's at D, the letter N, D, Last Refuge. And if you have more than 280 characters to say to us, you can also email us at dndlastrefuge@gmail.com. Remember, you can catch the premieres of every episode this season on twitch.tv/DMJazzyhands on Wednesdays. I'll be there to chat along with you as you watch the episode, and so will various members of the crew every week. So come and hang out with us, see the premiere live, be the first to get all of the exciting new developments. If you can't make the live streams, of course, we are going to be releasing podcast audio as usual and videos on YouTube. They'll be uploaded and ready for you to watch or listen to on Thursdays, so no worries there. As always, I want to thank Robert Huff, my story consultant for this campaign, and of course, all of you for listening. I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzyhands, and with me, I have...
Bizdira.
Kit.
Bria.
And Flick.
Just trying to stave off the anger and disappointment, yeah. Happy gaming, y'all. Hello. So what did we think? How did we do? I have to move some windows around so you all talk for a minute.
Well,
Yeah,
I
what do
think,
you?
I think
yeah, go
everyone knew how we did, but
How did you do watching it again?
I don't know about-
Karen, is your heart rate, has it gone down or
ahead.
I think it started to go down like
yeah.
near the.
just a
There's
little bit?
probably a moment where I was like, oh.
I know. I definitely accidentally shouted at DM Jazzy Hands backstage a
Couple of times, yeah.
I was like, I kind of forgot that not that I forgot that you were there, but I kind of forgot that I was experiencing that with you, and I accidentally just kind of yelled.
Yeah,
And-
it's
Oh my God.
startling. Yeah, I'm just so impressed with your all's ability to get all that together. Because it was
I think
very
I
high
could say the same
tension,
thing
but
about
y'all
you,
did great. Y'all did real
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I think it's also pretty rare that most people ever think about the School of Magic. So to like come up with that quickly, yeah. that's
Yeah, we
impressive.
gave you advance notice, but not that much advance notice.
Well, you can see the bags under my eyes in the video because we were up all night stressing out about it, trying to figure it out.
Oh.
Yeah, that
They were
Airbnb was pretty
bags, not
tense.
tears.
We both. I think that was the morning that we discussed skincare. I think we were like,
Yeah.
actively
Oh, that
discussing,
was.
like, our different skincare.
Yes.
Because we looked at ourselves and we were like, oh, okay.
Yes, I think that's true. That's funny. What else?
What else? Stress, but also a lot of good. What were we laughing about not that long ago? It happened later in the episode.
Well, was it
Um,
Left on Cantrip? Because that was great, son.
Oh,
too.
Left on
Very
Cantrip.
good.
Yes, I want a T-shirt with that on it.
Yeah, that was real
What
good.
else?
Well, we were so two things. One, Sundu asked about how earlier in the episode, like how you all had it organized in your notes. Like, were there contingency plans, or did you just have like spell order? What I don't actually know the answer. What is the matter with this headphone? Sorry. I still don't know the answer to this. What were your notes like? What were your plans? What did it actually look like?
So
Yeah,
Oh my god, they
Lauren, you
both look
take it
so
away.
overwhelmed.
I had what was essentially a table
Uh-huh.
that
I love this.
included all
God, I
the
love
different
this.
like pairings of the schools of magic and what they would turn off and what all of the spells were that we all had. By we, I mean mostly me and Alex, and then
Yeah.
Bria's like two
Yeah.
spells.
Bria's two
Um,
spells and Bizdir's one.
Yes. And the pairings
Graham.
of how we could make them work together. And I was just constantly referring to that and trying to see
Yeah.
what we could do at
Yeah.
any given moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it was also like a lot of chat in game. It was a lot of chat like we knew the pairings and we knew how to use them and we knew what spells we had that fit into those categories and would fit
Right.
into the order.
Right.
But then we didn't know what was gonna happen in terms of like we talked multiple times about how important it was the initiative order.
Yeah. And that
because that
Mhm.
went
Yeah.
wrong for you all there at the beginning.
Yep.
yeah, it wasn't even the order of us, it was where the beast fell. It fell
Yeah.
right in the middle, which is where we were like, uh-oh, that's not necessarily the best for us. But
Yeah, so you knew you couldn't. Yeah, that basically the whole top of that round was useless for turning anything off.
exactly. And then we would have to wait and see if
Right.
they could hit after that. And
Right,
that's
right.
why ultimately I think something that we had discussed or that we didn't know what to
Bye,
focus
Shimmy.
on.
Thanks. Sorry, real quick, Shimmy's heading out. So thank you so much for hanging in. We'll see you
Bye.
next time.
Bye, Shimmy.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
But we knew we were going to focus on one at first. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Maybe the air, because we were trying for evocation and conjuration or something. And then I think in the middle of the game, we were
yes.
having to really communicate about like, okay, do we think we need to go for this, or do we need to like get the AC down because we thought that's what the earth would do, so
Uh-huh.
that they can hit them. And like there was just so much in chat,
and
or in-game chat, really.
I can only assume that once you all had turned off the Earth Elemental and saw all of the things that it couldn't do anymore, that was forever your aim, because that turtle was nasty.
Yeah.
Traumatizing.
Yeah.
I think that it was tricky because I remember when we were pulling together the spells, necrotic magic was like the one school of magic we just didn't really have
yeah.
very much of. And
Yeah.
then the pairing, it was like I was the only one who had necrotic, and then I also was the only one who had the like paired school.
Right.
A whole mess.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't the reason you cast message because only one of you had, what is it? What's message?
That's
Sense?
Oh, maybe it's that.
divination, I think. It's
Divination.
it's of one of very few targeted divination spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that the case? Because it was with necrotic.
Oh no,
And
then it would have had to
divination
be. Well,
is
hold
the
on.
Western island.
Listen. It's a very
This is
easy
when we
way to
should get
tell.
this right.
And now.
Oh no!
listeners know what we're
It's
happening.
it is similarly. It is one of few targeted transmutation spells that wouldn't have actively. Well, no, that's not true. There are other targeted transmutation spells, but anyway, it's transmutation.
Yeah. So, and that we didn't have a lot of, and thankfully I could use it without expending a spell slot. So that was also nice.
Yeah.
But it also didn't do anything to it. So we were just like, well, I guess that's what we got.
So Sundu asks or wonders about targeted conjuration spells, and I don't know about targeted, but Bria's Cloud of Daggers is a conjuration that does an active effect to a creature, right? So I shouldn't have said targeted earlier and Robert and I talked a lot about this. The requirement was that the creature be directly affected. So it didn't necessarily have to make a save or an attack roll, because I think one of the things that you and I talked about with this was the fact that there are very few targeted divination spells, right? Most of them are buffs in some way, shape, or form. But that message was one of them, and we wanted that to count. So we needed to figure out a way to make that so without requiring a save or an attack roll.
Yeah, I think also what was interesting is if anyone goes back and now listens to episode 5, Cloud of Daggers only takes effects on the creature's turn. It's one of those at the top of the round, or if it ends its turn within the cloud, it takes damage. So even though it was cast on the beast prior to its paired School of Magic, because it didn't take effect until the beast already had its turn, which resets the counters,
right?
It didn't apply its normal ability that we have as a weakness. So
I'm not going to lie to you all. He was tracking that. I was completely oblivious to the fact that they came within half a round of totally randomly discovering this weakness of the beast in the first fight.
I have to say, I have very little faith that even if we had discovered, we would have figured out what we had done.
That's true. And I almost kind of
fair
in a perfect world, right? Like in my mind, the best version of this is that you all had done it, and then we had a little time for you all to sit with that and try and puzzle it out. But between the end of the day before and the beginning of this shoot day, I mean, we had to sleep and eat. You all worked so hard as it was with us telling you what the thing was. It wasn't really realistic.
I do. Anyone who's listened to The Last Refuge from the very beginning, I like that it's such a callback to that first Arcanium, and like probably the question of like, why did we go into such deep detail talking about the schools of magic for at least like, I don't know, like 20 minutes in that episode, and then never bring it up again.
Yeah,
and
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Because none of the other Arcanium, for various reasons, had that entrance foyer open, right? The doors were just open in all the other ones, or it was destroyed or whatever.
Solved or destroyed or already removed by all glory. Yeah, so like there was never a further discussion about it. So it also like, I mean, we talked about it off stream, but like if we had in the moment let you all try to remember that episode from season 3, 4, 5.
You mean episode 200?
No. When we first talked about
when we first episode that's season 4. That's season 4, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a real interesting challenge on the party. to remember that in the moment.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that, Secret Raylegs. That was really what Robert and I were going for, was a puzzle aspect to the fight. We it needed, for us, for our style, right? I think it needed to end in a big fight, because that's always been a thing that we have enjoyed doing and whatever, right? But I don't know, single boss fights can be so swingy. They can end so quickly, so easily, especially at higher levels. So that didn't seem right. We knew we wanted something that really felt earth-changing, right? And so the way that we figured out to do it was to make it as much a puzzle as a combat. As we'll see, there are damage necessities as well. We'll get to those. But yeah, and Plume Bob, I'm glad you enjoyed. Welcome back to the wonderful world of tabletop games, and welcome in, Robo.
And there's more to come.
There's
a whole-
more backwards and forwards. Hey,
Yeah.
Graham, welcome. Sundu also asked then about, for you and me, Robert, about the Beast's decision tree. And I'll say on my end, in my notes, it was more, it was less a decision tree and more a checklist, or like a get everything out, because I wanted to make sure that all of the things that Robert and I had pulled together, and the attacks that we pulled from the Elder Elementals, and then the things that we created on our own, I wanted to make sure that they all got shown at least once. So last episode and this episode in particular was more a checklist for me. Like, have we done this yet? No, let's do it. That's why the fight started with the tidal wave, but it didn't occur to any of us until we were in the middle of the shit what a huge problem the changing of positioning was going to be for you all. And I mean, listen, it was a good episode. It's fine. But I did feel bad about that because I didn't consider that how big a problem that thing that you had no way of knowing was coming was. But hey, so goes the fight with the Beast. What can I say?
That's how the game is played.
Yeah,
You know?
and I mean, in terms of my contributions
Graham.
texting you, I was usually just saying,
Oh, yeah.
hey, we have about 10 minutes left. Shoot out a big rock at one of them and knock them down, and then we could end this.
Yeah, thank you, Fluffy. Yeah, no, really, it was like a bunch of like, who should we target? Who should we try and take down? Or who should we, because we didn't have time for a back and forth about it. He was sending me recommendations, and either I took them or I didn't. And I took most of them, but I definitely didn't take all of them. But yeah, it was like, who should we target? How much time do we have left? You know, how fast do we think we can get through this? We want this to feel impactful on the Beast side. Where can we make the most impact in a couple of rounds? Yeah. So Graham asked, have there been any flavorings of spellcasts in the sessions that have really stood out and resonated? I mean, I've loved, ever since you, Kit, Karin, got your staff, I have loved watching your spellcasting. It's been really cool and creative, and the way that you've used the staff to make everything sort of leaf and branch themed in its look for you is super cool. Anything else that stands out for you all this season in particular?
I mean, I've definitely, as you said, I have had a lot of fun, thinking about how spells can be related to this branchy, leafy, theme.
Mm-hmm.
Not this season, but I do think one of my favorite versions of that was, I think it was when I cast scrying to find the sister, right?
Oh yes,
Mhm.
yes, and you did the shadows of the leaf. Yeah, like the gobo pattern type thing. Yeah,
Particularly proud
cool.
of myself there.
Yeah, that was very cool. Throughout the seasons though, I've liked how you've gotten creative with Scry in particular, because you did it in the window of a Starbucks or whatever we called it in that season. The Lord Bucks.
Yeah.
You did it with the branches and the shadow patterns of the leaves. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too.
Yeah.
What else? So second assistant librarian came through clutch. Apparently, some big news for you all.
Huge.
Free coffee.
Game changing.
Yeah, well, and it needed to be, because so we will notice again that we haven't seen any of the ally abilities activated yet, right? You were told at the end of last week that they were available, so you could have used them in this episode, but you didn't, so we haven't seen any of that yet. So, excuse me. So that's coming up. But I lost my train of thought. But you'll see, once we start seeing them, you'll see how powerful most of them are. And, well, some more than others, but powerfully flavorful.
The quality of the power is different
Than the quantity. Yeah.
It's
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make though is that the second assistant librarian was was one of your options for one of these powers, and you chose to keep her on research, which was never going to be that meant it wasn't a big damage bomb. It wasn't a huge, in the moment debuff thing, but it needed to feel equally powerful. So I think you all really ran with the idea that she is the one that is propelling your combats forward with more information. I hope it felt on par with the rest of them.
It also makes whatever next
I think
episode
so.
is potentially NPC abilities, the schools of magic, and whatever this new information is. There's not a lot to track at all. And moon magic.
Yeah,
and
no, not at
sorcery
all.
Points. Yeah, it's all fine.
It's fine.
That's 5 different things.
It's totally
It's all right.
fine. And School of Magic is such an easy thing to track too. So, look, as an avid RTS player, research is always more important than military units. I mean, I think we did a good job with it. And I hope Hannah is pleased with the direction her character took. Because I should say, since this is the first one I guess to actually be mentioned, the second assistant librarian that was mentioned several times in this episode as giving them that School of Magic information was originally played back in season 6, I think, by Hannah Rose of MCDM Productions fame. Wonderful, lovely human guested with us and played, I think, 2 episodes with us back in season 6 or 7.
Sounds right.
So yeah, and we'll see more friends, and hopefully we will see some of them in chat in the coming weeks. We're sending out invitations and seeing who's available. They're all great, but they're all busy, so we'll see. I don't know. Anything else about what's that?
Wasn't the second assistant librarian also the one who found out the secrets behind the cults of the Allglorp, which led to
Yes,
think
which
so,
led
right?
to that is correct. Which led them
led
to the
the
Southern
trial
Island.
episode? Because they had to go back and convince. No, sorry, no, trials before. I'm mistaken. My time
No,
periods.
well,
Yep.
Yeah, the trial, they needed the proof from the
Trials
Allglorp
was
that was
after.
true,
Yeah.
because second assistant librarian's research wasn't enough.
Yeah, I
Right.
think second assistant librarian's research showed us that the cults had been around for a very long time. Like I think it was proof of the history and the magnitude.
Mhm.
If any of this sounds in the least bit interesting to you, go back and start the
Go
show from the
listen to our show.
beginning.
I just love the trial episode as a lawyer, so I'm always trying to go back to
I
it.
know you did. I know you did.
It's also Karen's favorite.
And Kit / Karen is actively trying to distance herself from that episode.
I tried to make the trial a lot longer than it was.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't.
He did. He
because-
really wanted it to be much longer, and I was like, "Here's what we're not doing: having an actual trial."
No.
As someone who is just past episode 200, the series flows quickly and fun. Oh, thanks, Sundu. Yeah, episode 200's a biggie to have just listened to and then be watching this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
That is.
All right. Anything else about this week? Anything we can... I mean, again, I don't know that we can talk too much about next week, other than that, if you thought the Schools of Magic weakness information was a big deal, wait till you hear the next one.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Also,
More
in
of the similar, not
Yeah.
the same, but it's the similar.
Yeah.
In addition to a pen and paper, you should also have a calculator. That's all we want.
Robert, is that enticing? I don't know if it is.
I play a lot of games that I describe to people as homework games.
Yeah.
So-
Honestly, though, Robert and I are so different, and it's one of the reasons that I'm so happy to have had him working with me for this show, because we just think in totally different ways. I will, however, say that is very much my shit.
I believe that.
Next comes the SATs of magic. Exactly. Does Robert play Eve online? Do you, Robert?
I have in the past. I don't play as extensively
i.e.
as some people.
spreadsheets online. Get your abacus out and prepare to party down. Listen.
Yeah.
I learned to count on an abacus in a very weird Montessori kindergarten. It's fine. We should go.
What's happening?
I don't know. Anything? Last thoughts? Anybody? This episode? Next episode? You all haven't. I haven't seen next week's episode yet. I'm a little behind, so I gotta pull that down.
Did we say rope on this episode?
I do not
If-
think
I
rope
don't
was
think
ever
we did.
mentioned.
If you were
That's
waiting
your
for
final fucking thought, Robert?
it. Well, I was just gonna say, if anyone was waiting to hear it so they could take a drink, rope.
Oh, that's nice.
You're welcome.
Okay. Sure. I also encourage you to drink whenever the fuck you want. Okay, so
Go
I
for
certainly was. What's coming up tomorrow? 2 p.m. Eastern. I will be back online playing more of Hi-Fi Rush. Y'all, it's so fun. Did we talk about this in here? Oh my god. You stop in YouTube tomorrow. It's so fun. It's like a, I don't know, like fighter story RPG, whatever. But the combat system, like the whole thing is that it's in rhythm and you have to like fight in rhythm and you get bonuses for fighting with the music because the whole thing has like a rock soundtrack. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds like Beat Saber.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes, Hi-Fi Rush in VR would be my shit.
If you
Come
weren't
hang
here
out.
Earlier, go follow us on Instagram.
Oh my
and
god,
see what
go on
that's
it.
about.
Oh, maybe we'll watch it one more time before we
There is
finish.
a first-person
Maybe
shooter
so.
set to a music soundtrack on VR called Pistol Whip. It's very similar to that. I
Pistol
love that.
Whip?
Pistol Whip.
Wow.
Pistol Whip, yeah. I mean, I like Beat Saber more, but Pistol Whip, if you enjoy music and fighting at the same time, it's a good one.
All right, so what are we playing?
Okay,
That's
so
what I
great.
wanna know.
All of that. Anyway, come to my stream tomorrow at 2 Eastern. Sunday, we will, hopefully the tech gremlins have been banished, and we will have season 15, episode 2 of Rivals of Waterdeep. We unfortunately had to cancel last week's episode because bad things happened to bad computers. Then next Tuesday, I'm back streaming again, more Hi-Fi Rush if we're not done, and we'll be back here next Sunday. The stream goes live at 7 Eastern for episode 7. Holy shit. Episode 7 of season 10, the finale season of The Last Refuge. Real quick, we are going to watch this video of the Beat Saber one more time, and then I will find somebody for us to raid while we do. So let's enjoy. Listen, it's so good.
Just follow us on Instagram, please.
Here we go. All right, here we go. We're going to watch this.
TLR listeners, look at how
We
good
did so many
story
Lizzo
consultant
songs.
Robert
How
Huff
did we
is
not
at
get
VR.
A Lizzo recording. Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Supposed to be looking for someone to raid.
Now look how good I am.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go over there. Great. Oh, I can do better than this.
Oh gosh.
Just wait till he starts doing the body rolls, though, y'all.
Yeah.
Just wait for that. Oh, God. The little exclamations as he strains to keep up with. Easy, here they come.
I just
Here
love
they
that
come.
they're
Here they
trying to
come.
Keep me quiet because you're sleeping.
Yeah. We did
They're
this
like,
at like
Oh,
midnight.
I was passed the fuck out because I was
Yeah,
determined
sure.
to stay on East Coast time, even though we were in LA.
TLR listeners,
Okay.
I feel like by the second day you got to normal mode, Alex.
All right, we're gonna go raid Lady Luck 34. We're gonna go raid Mandy. Mandy is playing, I believe, Subnautica. So let's go and hang out over there. Robo. Oh my goodness, over a year now. Wow. Lady Luck 34. Thank you so much. We're gonna go raid Lady Luck 34. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope to see lots of you tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, get boosted or vaxxed and boosted. Wear your masks when you're around lots of people. And as always, happy gaming, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.